The US Supreme Court looks set to clear the way for a law that would ban TikTok. The judges have heard oral arguments on whether to uphold a bill which orders its Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell the app by 19th of January or be forced to shut down. The US government has cited TikTok's connection to China as a threat to national security. Benji Haya was listening to the court proceedings.
TikTok's lawyer insists a ban would violate the right to free speech, constitutionally protected in the First Amendment. Yet that argument faced pretty significant scepticism amongst some of the Supreme Court's 9 justices, who cast serious doubt on TikTok's case. The Chief Justice remained unconvinced by the claim that this legislation stifles free expression. Instead, John Roberts points to Congress's unease that the app is owned by what he calls a foreign adversary. In other words, a Chinese business. Now, China denies that it harvests user data for malicious purposes, but the Biden administration fears that TikTok could be exploited by Beijing to spy on or feed propaganda to its 170 million users stateside, which the FBI says might influence American politics. Those concerns are shared by a handful of judges in America's highest court. ByteDance seems reluctant to sell TikTok due to its valuable algorithm, but if it doesn't sell, it risks a ban. That is, unless the Supreme Court rules in favour of TikTok, which appears unlikely, or unless incoming President Donald Trump intervenes. The former president in his first term supported a ban. 4 years on, it's a very different story. Now he says he has a little bit of a warm spot in his heart for the short-form video platform, where he managed to spread his message to nearly 15 million followers during his successful election campaign. One of his billionaire mega donors has an investment firm which owns a chunk of TikTok's parent company, and Mr. Trump recently met with the app's Singaporean CEO. Donald Trump did ask the Supreme Court to temporarily block the law so that when he takes office he can pursue a political resolution to the dispute, and as president he could then ask Congress to repeal the bipartisan legislation or direct his Justice Department to abstain from enforcing the law. Before all that, though, the Supreme Court will have its say. A ruling is anticipated by the end of next week. And the stakes are high. Whichever way this goes, it'll have consequences for US-China ties, a bilateral relationship between the global superpowers that's already under strain. Benji Haya, CNA, Washington.